a lot of news involving President Trump. We saw action out of the 11th Circuit on the special appointment of a special master, among other items. But as of right now, the FBI now gets to go back to reviewing their documents.
Correct. And the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, including 2 appointees of President Trump that were appellate court judges, ruled that there was no basis to put in a special master in place, thus clearing the way for the Justice Department through the FBI to continue their review of the documents and allowing those documents to be shared with the investigators. And as far as whether a document is privileged or not, the 11th Circuit said you have to rely on the Justice Department to do this.
I think what happened with the special master, we all said was right when that happened, which is you got to file that like next day, and they didn't. They did get a favorable ruling and have a district court judge, but then the 11th Circuit said you wait too long. And that's part of it.
This inability of the lawyers right now, and again, there may be a reason for this, to assert that the documents were declassified. That has not come in a pleading yet. And the lawyers have said in court, they said, we're not prepared to make that assertion at this time. I think that left the court with the, say, well, if you're not willing to make that assertion, well, these are the government's documents then. Andy, I mean, that's kind of the way it works.
That's exactly right. And I question myself, why hasn't this assertion been made? And I cannot come up with a good reason for that. They are the government's documents. The Court of Appeals concluded in this opinion and really said, therefore, the government can look at them for whatever purposes they want to, whether it be national security purposes, whether it be for purposes of a criminal investigation or whatever. And I don't understand what the strategy is, if there indeed is a coherent strategy here.
Look at what's gone on with the former president in the last, several months, and you'd say to yourself, being a conservative is a dangerous business right now.
When you're a conservative, you've got a target on your back. And the left continues to come after conservatives. Bear in mind, Jay, one of their goals is to make people fearful, because fearful people are easier to control. So my hope is that people are going to show up, they're going to vote, and vote to get a government that is more responsive to the people, move away from this 2 tiers of justice, 2 tiers of agency enforcement.
New York, civil. Mar-a-Lago, don't really
criminal.
Could be likely criminal.
National security criminal.
But nothing criminal's been filed yet.
There's not been an indictment
against President Trump.
No,
I think it's clear.
But there are criminal investigations.
When they hear New York Attorney General bringing fraud charges, your mind does go to crime. And I want to make sure it's clear to people just over and over, that's civil.
That's a civil fraud case. There is a New York criminal case going on. That is with the DA's office.
Right.
And then there are grand juries impaneled. And the situation with the documents in Mar-a-Lago, the government has said is a criminal investigation.